Alrighty, we are live here on the channel yet again for another severe weather coverage. We're watching a few storms out here in Oklahoma and Texas, which could be capable of producing large to very large hail, some damaging winds, and even a few tornadoes are all possible. So we're just going to watch the radar. If we see something, then we'll let y'all know. But we got 9 severes, 3 considerable severes, and 1 tornado warning. And that 1 tornado warning is for Paris, Texas, or actually it discontinued it. So Paris can come out of their safe spot. But for this area of rotation, apparently, we're looking really high up, so it's going to be hard to tell what's going on here. But we do know that there's at least some rotation with this. There's either a report. I'm actually trying to Brody out. There you go. Alright. But these velocities are very contaminated. Like I said, we're looking around 11 to 12,000 feet up in the atmosphere. So it's very high up. And it's going to be very hard to tell if this or what this thing's going to do. But we will have, storm chasers out here, or storm spotters, that'll probably give us an update on what this thing's doing. We probably had a report of a wall cloud or something that kind of triggered the tornado warning. Because I don't think they would probably warn something so far from the radar. But we're also going to watch this storm in southwest Oklahoma. It has some pretty good mid-level rotation with it. However, not a lot of it. Not a lot of it is correlating to the surface.
Look at a 3D scan of the. Hold on. No, this kind of looking at that.
So, let's open up YouTube chat here. I'm sorry if I cut off the stream last night. Yeah, so last night apparently when I logged off, apparently we had a violent tornado impact the south side of Enid and the Air Force Base north of Wacomis, or whatever you pronounce the town name. But this could have been a catastrophe if this thing was 3 miles more to the north. This would have been a disaster. Still, people were impacted. Homes were absolutely obliterated. But it could have been a more worst case scenario last night. Yeah. Preliminary EF4. Obviously, it's a preliminary rating, which it's going to take a few weeks, if not months, to do actual in-depth surveys out here. They got engineers coming out here to do a survey on the most intense damage out here near the Air Force Base in this little subdivision out here, because this subdivision got hit badly. Oh, for sure. It's just a matter of if we find EF5 damage or if they find EF5 damage. I did see that one report from a news station that they were talking about some EF5 damage or whatever. Obviously, when you hear meteorologists say that, it gives you chills. However, it's unconfirmed, obviously. We're not going to know until we get the conclusive results. But a lot of these homes out here to the west of this Air Force Base, a lot of them were upper bound homes, which they were very well built. A lot of these homes were built in the early 2000s. And the fact that this tornado just obliterated some of these homes is quite insane. It just it goes to show how violent this tornado was. Very unfortunate scenario for this subdivision out here to the west of this Air Force Base. But like I said, it could have been worse. A very much worse case scenario. Thankfully, no fatalities occurred last night, which is good news. However, we did see 11 injuries, unfortunately. So all that matters is that lives were not lost, homes were, but that's still not a good thing.
Somehow.
Homes can be replaceable, lives cannot. So it's a miracle. It really is.
Somehow, tornado on the ground in Texas.
Okay. Wait, what? It's observed.
Sure.
It is. Okay, wow. We got an observed tornado warning here in Texas. So that is now a tornado on the ground. Let's see who confirmed it. Weather spotters, water. Oh my goodness, tongue twister. Weather spotters confirmed. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. At 8:14 p.m. Central Time, a confirmed tornado was located over near Pattonville, or 7 miles southeast of Paris, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. The hazards are damaging tornado and tennis ball sized hail. Not only we have a very much tornado on the ground here, but we have very large hail up to tennis balls. So a very significant supercell, not only producing a tornado but also producing 2.5 inch hail. So let me get a radar up here. My goodness, I was looking at that storm in Oklahoma. So let's see. I can't even tell you what the heck's going on with velocities, but there's a tornado on the ground. Shreveport? Yeah, I'd have to imagine. We're still probably going to be skating through hail, but we'll see. This is the first time I opened up the Shreveport radar today, so. I mean, I don't know if that's a donut forming or a bounded weak echo region, but I don't know. But they said 8 miles southeast of Paris, so that sounds about accurate. Let's.
Dallas radar has a good mesocyclone.
Yeah, very established mesocyclone for sure. Yeah, this thing. I probably need to get a new color table. My goodness, this color table is so sensitive with velocities. The severe warning back in Oklahoma near Duncan and Walters. This is for.
That's really whoa.
Got a storm chaser on it?
No. Look at the Oklahoma City radar. It's spinning.
Yeah, we're looking probably. We're probably looking 15 to almost 20,000 feet up at that point. Oklahoma City radar. What are you on about? Oh, yeah. This thing has been. Oh, this has been upper level rotation for a very long time. This has been upper level rotation for about an hour. It's just whether it can make it to the surface.
It's just absolutely spinning.
I know, bro. That is. I mean, man. We're just gonna have to watch these two storms here. We got two. I wouldn't really call them established supercells just yet, but they're definitely maturing. They're maturing. If we look at ecotops, they're supercells. We got 41,000 feet on these two supercells, so they're pretty tall. They're pretty tall. Not as tall as the ones in northeast Texas, but they're maturing. They're maturing. So yeah, we're actually getting a new meso analysis, so I'm curious to see what we have here. But I'm actually going to take a look at that, and they added a new severe here. I'm assuming that's 2-inch hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. But we do have a tornado on the ground here for Pattonville and Deport. Y'all need to get to a safe spot. Still could be on the ground. This could be rain wrapped. Don't look for it. Just get to that safe spot. That's the most interior room of your home. Stay away from any exterior windows or, you know, glass, or anything like that, sliding doors. Because if you have debris, right, if a tornado's on the ground, if you have debris slamming into the window, the glass is obviously going to break, right? And if it's a stronger tornado, you know, a lot of roofs and everything are going to fall off and, you know, fly, you know, so it's obviously a serious situation when there's a tornado on the ground threatening lives. So it's very serious to heed these warnings.
Next to Oklahoma City radar and southwest Oklahoma.
That is, I mean, jeez, bro. Like, it's still upper level, but man, NROT is not registering. It's not reaching my concerning threshold just yet because it is still mid-level rotation. However, if this, yeah, I am. If this does correlate to the surface, then I will be concerned. But speaking of concerns here, I'm actually going to take a look at the... Well, you see, okay. First thing I'm going to look at is low-level wind shear. And, yeah, no low-level wind shear present here. Like, if we take a sounding here over this supercell in southwest Oklahoma, trash photograph. Let's see. A lot of CAPE, I see that. Decent lapse rates in both layers. Your 0 to 3, 0 to 1 kilometer shear is so weak. Your effective shear, though, is at 95. That might make up for it. Let's see. Skew T. I don't know what's going on at low levels. That Skew T looks a little wonky there, but my goodness, let's see. Let's look at violent tornado parameters, and yeah, obviously that peak area of violent tornado parameter space right there, that is right over that supercell there near Paris, Texas, and that is why it's probably taking advantage of that environment down there, because we do still have a tornado on the ground here in Northeast Texas. And if that's bad enough, we're in a radar hole, so we can't see what's going on. What he put? Yeah, I'm not gonna get copyrighted here, so wow, very large hail. My goodness, that is almost 70 dBz. Hold on, guys, I gotta sneeze. Alright. I'm sorry, guys. Oh yeah, this thing may have lifted. I can't even tell you if that's debris, but highly doubt it. We're looking 15,000 feet up. If this was a debris signature, this would be a violent tornado. No doubt about it. But I highly doubt that's the case. Today's environment is not really supportive for violent tornadoes, kind of like yesterday. Yesterday was a different story. But we have 8 severes, 4 considerables, and 1 tornado, and that has been updated, and it is no longer on the ground. So, still stay in that safe spot if you're still in that tornado warning, but the tornado has lifted. So, still stay in that safe spot, as that is still a dangerous supercell. I do want to take a look at those storms in Mississippi, because those have been showing very subtle signs of rotation. Hold on. It is. It is. Alright, a lot of severes going up here in Mississippi. I'm going to start in Mississippi here. We got a severe warning for 60 mile per hour wind gust and quarter size hail. It's going to be for Meridian, Chunky, classic. Basic, Enterprise, that's a basic town name. Neelyburg, Marion, and what are these town names? Oh my goodness. Mississippi, what is going on here? We got Tumsuba. We've got Bailey. We've got Chunky. We've got Basic. We've got Enterprise. My goodness. We got Snell. Like, what are these town names? But y'all are in that severe warning, so stay away from windows and, yeah. This severe warning down here for Bay Springs, Montrose, Paulding, Barnett, and Stonewall, and Pachuta. You guys are in a severe warning for 60 mile per hour wind gust and quarter size hail. More severe is going up here in Mississippi. We got. Are we serious? That is one of the most. Okay. Arm. There's a town here named Arm here in Mississippi. So if you're in Arm, Oakville, and Bassfield, yes, Bassfield, you guys are in the severe warning. So stay away from windows. In that severe warning. We also got another severe going up here in Mississippi. This is going to go for New Hebron, Mount Olive, Maggie, Mize, and Taylorsville. So 60 mile per hour wind gust and quarter size hail is possible at that one too as well. So I highly advise to stay indoors and stay away from windows. And we got a batch of severe storms here, or a batch of storms in the severe for Crystal Springs, Gatesville, Hopewell, Georgetown, Shivers, Panola, and Braxton. This is warned for quarter size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust. So stay inside, stay away from windows if you're in that severe warning. Those are your severes in Mississippi, and we got another extension here in Alabama. This one's going to be for penny-sized hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust. So if you're in Cuba, York, Ward, Lolita, and Bellamy, you guys are in a new severe, so stay away from windows and stay inside, because these storms are packing a lot of lightning, and it'd be very safe to stay inside. So let's go to Arkansas real quickly here. We've got 2 tornado warnings. We got another tornado warning here. We'll go over that in a second. But we got 3 severe warnings here in Arkansas. One of them is for just quarter-sized hail. So if you're New Hope, Pike City, Daisy, Kirby, Amity, Alpine, Point Cedar, and Glenwood, you guys stay away from windows and stay indoors. That is a lot of electrical storms out here. But let's go back to that tornado warning. We got a new one issued here for Texas. It'll be an extension, it appears. Yes, it is. At 8:27 p.m. Central Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Pattonville, or 10 miles south of Paris, moving southeast at 45 miles per hour. Tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter are possible. So, if you're in Cunningham, Sulphur Bluff, and some other town names that are mentioned in here, it will mainly remain over rural areas in northeastern Hopkins, northeastern Delta, and southeastern Lamar counties, including the following locations: Byerstown, Taylortown, Clory, Clardy, Milton, Cunningham, Rubber Junction, Minter, and Gadsden. You guys need to go to the most interior room of your home or the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows, and I would honestly stay away from this thing if you're driving, because this thing is packing a lot of lightning and a lot of hail. So yeah, I say kind of left, but looks like they allowed that severe warning out here in Oklahoma to expire, so that's good news. But if you guys are just tuning in here, we did get that new SPC update about 30 minutes ago. Yes, I'm late to that, by the way. I should have looked that up here right quick. We got that new SPC outlook. They actually kept a little marginal risk there for Wichita Falls for that little storm there. But we still have a 5 Sig 1 risk out here for Shreveport, Tyler, Texas, Longview, Texas, Bossier City, Louisiana, and Monroe, Louisiana. Severe threat will continue this evening from the southern plains in the Arklatex and lower Mississippi Valley. Large hail, wind damage, and a couple tornadoes will remain possible. The strongest storms could produce hailstones greater than 2 inches in diameter. We still have that moderate, or I said moderate, we still have that 45 Sig 1 hail risk out here in northeastern Texas. Very southeastern parts of Oklahoma, and then southwest Arkansas. You guys are still in that highest potential for hail. We did get a new mesoscale discussion. A severe thunderstorm watch is likely to be needed for damaging wind and a hail threat. So yeah, as you can see here, hail is the main hazard here. For peak hail intensity could be up to 2 inches, and again 2 inches is hen egg sized hail, and then 3.5 inches is, I think, tennis balls, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's not tennis balls. That's I don't even know what classification that is for hail, but a corridor of severe wind hail potential should persist in the northeast Texas and parts of northwest Louisiana. A brief tornado cannot be ruled out if the outflow boundary slows later this evening. So let's go back to radar here. Look at these storms. Alright, I think we got new severes going up here. We got a considerable out there. We're going to look at that here in a second, but this thing is producing a lot of large hail here. Alright, let's go to Mississippi. Let's go to Mississippi. We're going to go to Mississippi. Load some radars here. So it looks like we got a new severe out here in Mississippi. It's a considerable severe out here in Mississippi. So we're going to go look at that real quickly. This is going to be for it says 70 mile per hour winds. Yeah, 70 mile per hour winds and quarter size hail. You can see those higher wind speeds there, kind of gusting out. Rotation is kind of strengthening out here a little bit, or we're seeing at least some strengthening spin. Got some storms frying up here in Louisiana. Keep an eye on those. Some storms going up here. Alright. A lot of severes going up here. We got 11 severes. So we're just going to watch these storms here in Mississippi and Arkansas and Texas, and they're moving to Louisiana. So new severe here This is going to be... They actually downgraded, it seems. Yeah, they did downgrade. To 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So if you're in Quitman, DeSoto, Shibuya, Matherville, Crandall, you guys need to get to that. Need to go inside. A lot of lightning, some damaging winds, maybe some small hail, and this line of storms that has formed. Maybe a QLCS tornado threat could develop here. Maybe a little bit of area rotation. We'll see. Kind of maybe see a QLCS little thought out here. Wouldn't surprise me. Definitely watching that near Quitman. We'll see if that strengthens. A lot of hail out here though. A lot of little hailstorms. A lot of cell interactions, which kind of could increase that tornado threat because we have some vorticity out here. It's not. That is not CC, or that is CC, but that's not a debris signature. That is actually large hail. We have CC showing up here, indicating very large hail. To nearly 60 dBz. So we got 11 normal severes, 3 considerable severes, and 2 tornado warnings. They're going to allow that other one to expire, but let's go back to Texas and check up on that. Yeah, still probably some corruption here. Yeah. I don't even know what's going on here. Just hard to tell. So far from radar. This is a very bad radar hole. Very horrible radar hole. New radar skin up here in Arkansas. Not seeing any notable areas of rotation. Yeah, very hard to tell what's going on out here. Looks like this storm in Oklahoma is dying off. It appears. Well, it's maintaining, but it's actually kind of is dying off. Looks like we got a fire or something. Bats probably. It's probably bats. Yeah, you kind of see that on velocities. Also, down here we got some bats going off out here too. Yeah, Austin. Kind of see that. Got bats taking off out here. Your Temple, Toledo, Belton, near Round Rock, Austin, even down out here near Waring. It's always fascinating to see these on radar, bats taking off. Also, if you look at velocity, you can also see the diverging. These bats are going different directions. Well, not really on this, but on weatherwise, you could probably see that much better. It's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Some more bats taking off near Seymour. Also north of Abilene. Got a storm developing near Ridgeway. A lot of little mergers gonna merge in this big old cluster, it appears. I don't even know what in the world's going on out here. Just very hard to tell, like I said, in a huge radar hole. So many severes going up in Mississippi, my goodness. I want to go back to Mississippi. I think we just got a new severe. Indeed we did. It's going to be 4. What's it going to be 4? It's going to be 4 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. So if you're in Hawaii, or Mississippi, if you're in Kohlenberg, Alabama, Solias, Gilbertown, Melvin, Tokesee, Needham, Bland, Butler. This is a pretty big severe. Lisbon, Cromwell, and Pennington. You guys need to stay away from windows, because this is a damaging line of storms, producing some winds here. Honestly, wouldn't rule out a QLCS tornado threat out here. Very brief tornado. Cannot be fully ruled out. These little impendages in the line. A lot of wrench folding occurring, which is lovely. Also, pretty decent line of storms going towards Ackerman, Sturgis, Longview, McMillan, Louisville, Zama, here in Mississippi. Wouldn't roll out a severe for that. A severe thunderstorm warning. What is up, Redbird, and what is up, Sydney? Welcome to the stream. We're just here for some severe weather coverage. Got some storms going up here in Louisiana. Those could be somewhat of a problem if they can mature. We'll see, though. We will see. Did they do? Yeah, they issued a new tornado warning here. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. But a new tornado warning has been issued for Bogota, Johnstown, Talco, Wilkinson, and Winfield. You guys need to get to that safe spot. That is the most interior room of your home, or get to the lowest floor of your home. Stay away from windows. You guys are in a tornado warning. Seek shelter. Seek shelter. Excuse me. So they extended that tornado warning there for that one supercell. One embedded supercell appears. Yeah. They might be getting reports of some wall cloud or something. We got a few storms going up here, just near Sulphur Springs. Those could probably have an impact on the storm as it gets closer. Cell mergers. But if you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing, as it does help me out a lot. Recently I've been trying to do more severe weather coverages. We're probably going to be doing a lot more here. We're just going to be watching these storms in Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Texas. Yeah, we'll just see what happens here. I wonder if this one considerable. I don't think it did. Nah, did not. Yeah, I want to roll out a QLCS tornado threat once again. Out here, a very low end QLCS tornado threat. Very brief. Wouldn't really expect anything too significant out here. Just damaging winds is the main threat. However, a brief tornado cannot be fully rolled out. So, a lot of storms going up here in Mississippi, and we got a new severe, I think. Did we? Well, I mean, they kind of, yeah, they let that one expire and they reissued a new one. So, if you're in Georgetown, Rockport, Oma, New Hebron, Shivers, Pinola, Harrisville, stay away from windows, and stay indoors. A lot of heavy rain, localized flooding may be possible. and some small hail and maybe some damaging winds. So it's best to stay inside because a lot of lightning may occur with a lot of these storms out here in Mississippi. Go back up to the north here. Hard to tell what's going on. Sucks to be in a radar hole, doesn't it? Right now, I've got 11 severes, 3 considerables, and 2 tornado warnings. So we're going to allow this one to probably expire here. It's probably this storm is probably recycling. It's probably recycling. If I had to take a huge guess, I'd say the rotation's probably near Cummingham. Let's look at the warning and see where they think it is. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles west of Bogota. So, where's Bogota? So it said west. I don't even know where Bogota is. Oh, there it is. So they said it's near here. So it's probably near the one near Cummingham. They let that severe warning expire there for Murfreesboro, Daisy, Glenwood, and Amity in Arkansas. We'll see what these cell mergers do to this. Do to this supercell. We'll see what they do. We shall see. I'm gonna watch that storm there on the border of Mississippi and Louisiana. Looks like they issued a new severe here for Prescott, Hope, Fulton, Spring Hill, Emmett, Prescott, Deanne, Washington, Saratoga, Toilette, Mineral Springs, Ozone, Belvins, McCaskill, Mineral Springs, Nashville, and Bingen in Alabama, or not Alabama, Arkansas. What is up, Tripping Crew? I cannot speak. English is not Englishing. I'm sorry, y'all. Welcome to the stream, dude. Again, we're just doing severe weather coverage. But we're gonna watch these storms here in Mississippi and Alabama, or Mississippi going into Alabama, and then we're gonna watch these storms in Texas and Arkansas. Those storms there are going to move into Louisiana. These storms are probably going to die out here as the daytime heating wanes, or it is already actually waning, but I don't expect these storms to last too much longer. Kind of strengthening, honestly. So, I'm going to roll out a KLCS tornado threat out here. We'll see what unfolds here next hour. Yeah, maybe new area rotation trying to develop. It actually got a little stronger on the latest scan, or kind of weakened, but still. Near Cummingham, it looks to be recycling, excuse me. So as this gets closer to the radar, we'll know what's going on with the storm here. Also, chat, let me know if I'm a little too loud. Hopefully I'm not, but this looks to be recycling. Kind of got a little hook coming out now. You could obviously see how clustery it was. Now that little hook is trying to hook out there. Which could be indicating a new tornado is trying to develop out here. It looks pretty rain wrapped, even though it is far away from the radar. Yeah, it does. But once we get closer, we'll probably get a more detailed look as to what's going on here. But there is still a tornado warning out here for Cunningham, Sulphur Bluff, Bogota, Johnstown, Tulco, and Wilkinson, and as well as Winfield in Texas. So these storms are going to move into Louisiana here in about an hour and a half, give or take. So, and our environment actually isn't all that bad. If we take a look here. What's up, Mr. Twister? Welcome to the stream, dude. But if we take a look at our environment, as you can see, we got a lot of Cape. A very well-pronounced cold pool in Arkansas and Mississippi from those storms earlier. Good luck with the stream. Thank you. Appreciate it. Our 0 to 1 kilometer shear is maximized over northeast Texas. That is expected to increase a little bit. Just a little. Here in Louisiana, and that could provide a more of a increased tornado threat here in Louisiana, or as these storms move into Louisiana. So tomorrow and Sunday on the HRRR on composite reflectivity look insane. Yeah, it does. We're going to talk about that here in a bit, hopefully. If I have the time to. Nothing too significant actually going on right now. So yeah. Let me look at the Dallas radar and see what that shows. No, I don't even know why I went to 2-panel on that one. Like I said, it's going to be very hard to tell. I wonder what these cell mergers are going to do to this. Got some storms developing out in front, which could kind of prohibit a tornado threat. Or can increase, we'll see. Cell mergers are quite sneaky when it comes to tornado genesis. So, we got 12 severes, 3, or actually we got 15 severes. 3 of them are considerable, and we got 2 tornado warnings. Did they issue a new tornado warning? I think they did. So, yeah, they did. Let's see here. At 8:50 p.m. Central Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles northeast of Big Creek Lake or 13 miles south of Paris, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Let's see here. So if you're in Lake Creek, Elno, Charleston, Tierra, and you guys are in 2 tornado warnings, but if you guys are in that tornado warning, stay away from windows and get to that safe spot. There must have been a report out here of a wall cloud or something. So get to that safe spot, which is the most interior room of your home, or get to the lowest floor of your home. Tornado warned, so I'm gonna watch these storms out here. This Cunningham has pretty good hook. It's hard to tell, but that appears to be the hook right there. See all that rain wrapping around it too. It kind of could be a embedded area of rotation here in the rain. So it's gonna be very rain wrapped, and that could be the area of rotation there. So we're getting closer. We're making progress here. We're getting closer to the Shreveport radar. So I'm assuming that's the area of rotation, just east of Cunningham. So we'll watch these storms here. Yesterday was very insane for Oklahoma. Yet it was, dude. That one supercell, bro. That one supercell developed out here near Ames, established itself in that insane environment, produced a violent tornado here near the Air Force Base, shot northeast, impacted the subdivision here, unfortunately, damaging a lot of these homes and destroying them too. Very significant damage. But man, this Air Force Base, there's literal people that live on this Air Force Base. There's a cafe. There's a lot of stuff here. Homes. There's people that live here on this Air Force Base. It did impact the runway on the south side, and it kind of clipped the southern side of the Air Force Base itself. And it tracked northeast and then impacted these homes here. This little subdivision. A lot of these homes were upper bound, so these were very well built. These homes were built in the early 2000s. So, and the tornado tracked northeast. Kind of did recycle a little bit. You know, still produced that violent tornado. These homes also did get impacted too. And then kind of did an inclusion process. Almost hit these homes here. And then kind of, yeah, I mean, listen. If the supercell formed like 5 miles to the north, I would honestly, I mean, that would be a catastrophic disaster for Enid. Enid is a big city. It's not as big as Oklahoma City, but a very big city here. A lot of homes, a lot. Neighborhood after neighborhood. So, a lot of stuff out here. Thankfully, the good news is it stayed south. The bad news is it still destroyed many homes. But thankfully no fatalities occurred, so that's the best news we could hear. If you were slabbed, yeah. And those homes that were slabbed were rated EF4, I think. I don't know if all of them were rated EF4, but I know one of them was. And I do expect more EF4 DIs for some more homes too that got slabbed. So yeah, that one near Cunningham too. That rotation is hail wrapped, I must say. Man, that hail's actually pretty dang large. 70 dBz, 72.5 dBz, 72.5 dBz. So yeah, these storms are producing large hail, I must say. Let's go back to the Shreveport radar. Could still kind of see that hook there. And yeah, still some rotation. Right there. This tornado is not confirmed. However, if you guys are in this tornado warning, stay in your safe spot. Dangerous storm here. Producing large hail and maybe a tornado down the line. We're going to watch it here as it gets closer and closer to Shreveport. Yeah, these storms are on track to hit Shreveport. Yeah, some more storms going up here north of Shreveport. And once again, a lot of severes going up here in Mississippi. So we're going to watch these two as well. Very brief tornado threat, but hail and wind are the main hazards here with these storms. I don't really see any well-defined areas. Maybe watch this area up here near Cuba, Alabama. That could pose a very low-end brief tornado risk. We'll watch that closely. Got some greens going toward the radar, wind's going away. A little convergence signature. And yeah, we'll just watch it. Not strong enough for a tornado warning, but something I did notice. It's going to be going into Alabama here in a second. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I'm kind of curious. Big time line of storms here in Arkansas. once again, we have technically 3 tornado warnings. They're probably going to allow this one to expire here for Cunningham. But Sulphur Bluff, you guys are in a tornado warning, as well as Tierra, Charleston, Lake Creek, Elno, and Howland. Stay in that safe spot, as this could produce a tornado as well. This one too as well. Going towards the southeast, towards Talco. And down the line, Mount Pleasant and Cookeville in northeast Texas. Got some more storms developing to the south near Greenville and Caddo Mills and Roy City in Texas, northeast of Dallas, Texas. I'm probably going to use this report from now on as these storms get closer. Got a new radar scan. Yeah, still some broad areas of circulation here. That's clear air, by the way. Not a tornado debris signature, but guys, I'm gonna use the restroom. Give me about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back. Here. Yeah, I wouldn't rule out a QLCS tournament threat up here in Akiba. But we'll see. Yeah, the storms there in Oklahoma died off, so. But as long as we have a little bit in our activity, we're gonna go to model guidance and go over some of the models and what they have to show here. We're gonna start off taking a look at the HRRR for tonight, of course. We're gonna go to Texas, right? So these storms are gonna continue, push off to the southeast towards Shreveport. The storms near Shreveport, they're going to take a little bit of time to get to Shreveport. Right around, I'd say, about 2 hours from now, around midnight. And these storms are going to still continue here, going into Mississippi. Those are going to die off, or, I mean, they're still going to persist around mid-morning near New Orleans. Those are going to move out. Right, and then we're gonna see some storms fire here. I'd say around, give or take, 4 or 5 o'clock Central Time. This is gonna be for tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of CAPE, lots of CAPE. We're gonna have pretty good moisture, and we're gonna have a very good environment, honestly, for Saturday. I do think they'll upgrade tomorrow to a 10 sig. However, the hail is going to be the main threat, as you can see. If we actually zoom in here, that is 73 dBz. My goodness. Actually, this is quite fascinating. 75 dBz on some of these. I don't know what the max is, but these storms are going to be producing very large hail. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, I know. But these are probably going to be mostly hail producers. However, I mean, I honestly wouldn't rule out a tornado threat out here. A lot of these are going to be elevated. But I wouldn't rule out a moderate risk for hail tomorrow. It's actually possible, in my opinion. But storms are going to fire, like I said, around 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern. They're going to grow into big-time hailers, even across, I mean, apparently Texas is going to get, or Fort Worth, Dallas, DFW area is going to get slabbed by hail. So that's nice. That's going to be right around, I'd say, around 8 o'clock. These storms are going to be big-time hailers. Going to the evening and maybe even overnight hours. Yeah, still, Northeast Texas yet again. Like clockwork, around midnight. And then those storms are going to die off. Somehow the HRRR shows a hailer going into Shreveport at 8 a.m. in the morning. And then we're going to see storm development out here going to late morning here on Sunday. Going into the early afternoon, we're going to have a little supercell, the HRRR is painting here, and a decent environment, I must say. Yeah, we're going to switch to NAM here in a second. But Sunday, some uncertainties, but these storms here in Kansas, if they can actually, you know, I mean, those storms, I mean, yeah, those would be big time hailers and big time tornado producers if those were to play out like that, or what the HRRR shows. But now we're going to switch to the NAM model here. So picking where we left off of from the HRRR, we're going to simulate reflectivity here. It's going to show these supercells. I mean, nothing really fires in Oklahoma and Texas. That's going to be a quite conditional risk. But here we go into Monday. Monday is the main day, in my opinion. So we're going to have storms develop here, or convective initiation try to develop here in eastern Missouri, or actually western Missouri, maybe even southern Iowa. And then as we go into 00Z, that's going to be right around early evening, we're going to see a semi-discrete storm mode. Watch this, you ready? Jump scare. Right? Look at that environment, chat. Look at that environment. A lot of cape. Although the cape, a lot of the cape here is not fully uncapped here. But near that cold front, and maybe even in the open warm sector, we could see a pretty good tornado risk. Very significant tornado risk here. If we take a look at the 00 or 01 kilometer SRH, we're going to have a lot of that. I do want to pull a sounding out here. A lot of moisture too. Yeah, look at that moisture. We're getting up to near 70. So, excuse me. Still, I mean, man. We're going to switch to GFS on this one. Um, 11 to 12 supercell composite there. A lot of cape. Good moisture too, man. .64 knot, low level jet. Yeah. My goodness. But as we pan out here, after Monday, Tuesday we could see a more another severe weather episode here. Going into Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, and maybe even to Texas. So storms could develop. Pretty good moisture, pretty good to Cape. Very subtle shortwave, those storms are going to be firing off of. So it'll be interesting to see how that evolves on Tuesday. But we're gonna have to get through. We're gonna have to get through Saturday. We're gonna have to get through Sunday. And we're gonna have to get through Monday before we even look at Tuesday. And then as we look in long range here, I'm kind of curious what the GFS has. So more severe weather is possible here for Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. I say possible lightly for Wednesday. Thursday, a little bit of a quieter day. Friday, I don't know why Del Rio's getting slapped on Friday night, but that would be this is literally a week out. I'm just trying to see what this has for long range, and it looks like for me a little quiet here. So still an active pattern here for the next week, at least. Let's take a look back at these storms. But if you guys have any questions, put them down in the chat. We're at 12 severes, 2 of them are considerable, and 2 tornado warnings still. Go back to tree port radar. It's gonna be a while for these get to Shreveport. Let's see. Maybe a little bit of Book and Vortex I kind of see trying to develop, but very low end though. Maybe some areas of rotation trying to spin up here in Mississippi. A new severe just issued. For Taylorsville, hot coffee, that's insane. So, Laurel, Ellisville, Tucker's Crossing, Ovette, Myrick, Sandersville, Stringer, Summerland, Heidelberg, Stafford Springs, and Vosburg. You guys are in the new severe. So stay away from windows, and you'll be fine. Bunch of range folding, can't tell what's going on here. So, that's a little interesting, seeing sure. If I had to guess what area of rotation is, probably in here somewhere. Maybe what radar's saying. However, I still think we could probably see a redevelopment here. I hope trying to pop out. Here on the southern flank of the supercell. More storms developing here. Near Cache and Lone Oak. We'll see what happens. So wait and see kind of game here. Looks like a new severe was just issued for Churchill, Stanton, Stampley, Fayette, McNair, and Hamburg. Stay away from windows, and you'll be fine. That new severe that was just issued, I think. It's probably been there for a few minutes. Actually, it's been there. Don't know why I thought it was new. See what Birmingham has to say on this. Yeah, definitely area rotation, maybe a little bit. It's gonna be very hard to tell what's going on here. So we'll see. I'm going to roll out a phase issue severe for this little guy right here, going to the east towards Macomb, Magnolia, Holmesville, and Pricedale, and Summit. I'm going to roll out a phase issue, or not a tornado warning, a severe warning for that little storm that kind of matured there. If we take a look at echotops here, so these storms up to 42,000 feet. This one here is. This one down here, up here, is at nearly 46k feet. This one here is at 47,000 feet. This one here is at 48,000 feet. This one right here is at 44,000 feet, 45,000 feet actually. This one right here is 43. So these storms are pretty tall. The ones in Texas are probably larger. Yeah. We're getting up to 53,000 feet. This one down here is actually getting up to 57,000 feet. Actually, look at Dallas radar and see that. Yeah, this one, wow, this one exploded. Essentially. Well, there it goes. There goes the red. Wow, that's some pretty large hail. Radar is saying 3.24 inches. I don't know about that, but when I roll it out. Don't know how accurate that is. Nonetheless, very large hail. Never seen how the echotops looked out here. 56. Yeah, these storms are pretty tall. So we're down to 1 tornado warning and 11 severes. 2 of them are considerable. So these storms are pretty tall here, like I said. That storm there in central Louisiana just dissipated. A little book and vortex trying to develop. Yeah, this thing is surging most likely. Kind of, maybe. It's trying to resurge. Yeah, look at that. This thing's recycling one after another. There's a lot of bats near Austin. Look at reflectivity in CC. Go look at the Austin where there's bats. Let me see. You said Austin. Yeah, I did see that earlier. I did see that earlier. I don't know if I can see it now. Um, Maybe San Antonio? Can San Antonio show us something? Yeah, I can't see it now. But yeah, bats. So must be away now. Oh my goodness, my grammar. It's alright. I did see him earlier though, so. We'll stay here for a little bit longer. Very curious to see what the heck's going on up here. Definitely a broad area of rotation. Near Ward, Alabama. Not really too significant. But we still have that tornado warning in effect here for Mount Pleasant. They're probably going to allow that to expire. Unless if they reissue one. We'll see. Alright, see you, Tripping Crew. Thank you for tuning in. Storms developing one after another here. So these are all forming into to a line now. If these storms ever get closer, it's felt like hours. I just want to see what's going on, man. I just want to see what's going on. Down to 8 severes and 1 tornado warning. When we let something out here. Interesting. Little book and vortex thing trying to do. Little book and vortex trying to do something out here. Come, I'm gonna look at that from this threader down here. Could be developing some rotation. Don't know how legit that is, but it's been showing up the past few scans. And we're showing a little bit of an area. So we'll see what happens. So a line of severe storms has gone up here in Texas. In Arkansas. Pretty organized line at that. Texarkana, you guys are in a severe thunderstorm warning. Stay away from windows. Yeah, this thing is recycling, chat. It appears. Greens have becoming, well, the greens are becoming more consolidated. Man, we're seeing more and more storms develop. There's another one going up. That one's going up. This one's going up. Imagine we're going to see some more develop. $57,000 feet. These ones down here are growing pretty quickly. Yeah, this one near Mount Vernon, I'm gonna watch pretty closely. This one near Mount Vernon, Texas, gaining my interest yet again. Area of rotation increasing. We'll see if they reissue a new tornado warning for that. Surge of wind coming out. If tornado were to develop, it'd be near Mount Vernon. Gonna cross Highway 30 here, or Interstate 30. It's got 9 more minutes on this tornado warning. Go back to Mississippi. We'll watch it. We'll watch this area. See if it does anything. New severe out here for Sweetwater, Dixon Mills, Pope, Flatwood, Thompson, Myrtlewood, and Miller. It's going to be for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Yeah, just 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So Welcome Pete to Show My Mission. Pin that. Thank you, Pete, for that. Thank you so much for that. To go back to Texas. Yeah. We're gonna watch that closely. This is not the area of rotation. However, now near Mount Vernon, I'm watching that area very closely. Near Mount Vernon. Little hook there. Pretty good inflow, pretty good outflow. Where you get those converging winds. It's where it becomes rotation, and that rotation might develop into a tornado, and that is why we are watching this storm very closely for a tornado threat. Go back to Dallas radar. Fort Worth, actually. Fort Worth radar. More closer to Fort Worth than Dallas. Let's see. So, I mean, yeah, a little bit of rotation there. You can see that more pronounced winds going toward the radar, though. Less of going away. But right there, near Mount Vernon. Notice skin come through. I think it did. So you can see that hook very clearly, trying to poke out there. We are left with no tornado warnings, excuse me. English didn't want to English right there. You know, it's kind of like that sometimes, and I mean, rotation definitely increasing. Definitely increasing. I'll watch this one very closely. That's definitely inflow. Your main area would be back here near Mount Vernon. This area. Right in here. That'd be your main area of rotation if a tornado were to develop in that hook echo. Wouldn't rule out if they issue a tornado warning for this. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Let's go back to Mississippi. Go back to the Hammond radar in Louisiana. I mean, rotation, I mean, there's some rotation in here. It's definitely spinning a bit. Can't say how much. But definitely some area of spin here. We'll see if it does anything. gonna get another Ritter. Actually, that Ritter scan did come through. Yeah, that rotation will be in this area. Right in there. Your velocities are a little bit ahead. So your rotation would actually be right here. And that's where it's lining up to be. So they might issue a tornado warning here for this. Zeter drop a little bit. Spectrum width, no tornado though. Just yet. Just yet. Man, fake hook echo over here trying to show off here in Louisiana. Little bro versus big bro. Little bro versus big bro. I mean, I'll tell you what, this has definitely organized a lot over the past few scans. Winds have gotten stronger. So they might issue a tornado warning for that. We'll see. New severe thunderstorm warning, I think. This goes for Gantus, Quitman, Alba, Betty, Winsboro, Newsom, Pearlie, Rocky Mount, Pittsburgh, Lone Star, Hughes Springs, Dangerfield, Kaysen, Mount Pleasant, Cookville, Omaha. Guys, stay away from windows. And I would almost get in your, I would get close to your safe spot because this could honestly have a potential to produce a tornado. Rotation has been increasing on the past few scans with this particular storm. I'm gonna go grab me a water, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, chat, we're here. Kind of grab me a snack while I'm at it too, but yeah, this rotation's looking pretty strong here. Scanning intensity, but I brought me a snack, so. Okay. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Drink some water. I want to watch this storm here very closely. Right there would be the main area to watch. Yeah, this thing looks like a supercell now. Oh, embedded supercell. Yes, scan's gonna be coming in here in about 10 seconds, hopefully. Okay, there's your next, there's your, oh, there's your tornado warning. Called that one out. So if you're in Winfield, you have been in, I don't even know how many tornado warnings. I think you were in one earlier. But new tornado warning here for Winfield, Miller's Cove, Rocky Mount, Pittsburgh, Newsom. You guys are in this new tornado warning that has been issued. At 9:48 p.m. Central Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 5 miles southeast of Mount Vernon or 10 miles west of Mount Pleasant, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. And yeah, I believe it. Right there. That's your area of rotation. Yep. And we're showing a very good area of rotation right there. Your velocities are a little bit ahead. And that might be clear air. We'll see what this next scan holds. But if you're in this new latest tornado warning, get to your safe spot. That is the lowest, or the most interior room of your home. And if you don't have, if you're in a mobile home, get to the most substantial structure possible. Whether that be a very well-built building or something that'll keep you safe from this dangerous rotation. At least getting kind of broadened. I don't even see very tight area of rotation just yet, but we're watching it. We're going to be here watching it for you guys. I'm going to see how many people are in this new tornado warning. Because this looks to be holding some decent population. Let's see. There are. It's not even showing up on the NWS page, so that's cool. Can't even see how many people would live in this tornado warning. It's awesome. But I mean, yeah, that hook, that latest hook right there. I think that's latest CC and or not velocity, latest. Actually, all scans are in now. I think they're not velocity. We're gonna wait on velocity though. Yep, there's velocity, and that is your rotation right there. Inrock kind of weakened. However, I don't see a decrease in ZDR or an increase on spectrum width, so I don't think there's a tornado on the ground at the moment. That could change, because this is capable of producing a tornado as it heads towards the south. I'm gonna watch this area back here too. My goodness, just kind of peep that. Kind of peep that, chat. I mean, yeah. I mean, okay. Jump scare, chat. Jump scare. Sam gets caught with a contamination, of course. Kind of a Till and Charlie developing. But we'll see what happens. So now we're just down to 8 severes. Excuse me. Mmm. Look at that hook, man. Aw. Little bro versus big bro. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the RFD just strengthened there. So it looks like this is trying to gust out here, but still wouldn't roll out a tornado with this thing. You never know with 2026. Yes, still. Not seeing any ZDR decrease or spectrum width increase, so that's good. Go back to the Dallas radar. Maybe a tail on Charlie could develop or something. Who knows? But the most concerning area is here near Mount Pleasant, Texas. Still, that's warning warning in effect. Looks like they issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the little bro out here. Oh wow, it's getting up there. Look at that. Little bro's doing something. It's actually producing a severe storm. Alright. You're still not going to be these guys. Next scan should be coming in here in about right now, actually. Yeah, this thing gusted out so much that it's wrapping itself in rain. The rotation itself. And yeah, the rotation could be consolidating in this one area. Kind of got, I don't know if it got stronger, but didn't get weaker. But we're going to watch it very closely. Let's go back to Mississippi. We haven't checked on Mississippi in a bit, actually. We're up to 4 likes on the stream. W chat. Rotation actually trying to develop here near Silver Creek in Mississippi. We'll stay here for however long we need to for the severe weather coverage. So, yeah, I mean, some rotation, I'll give you that. Don't know how legit that is, but we'll watch it. And there we go. We got range folding, chat. It's not good. This is actually trying to wrap itself in rain. You kind of see it, like, you kind of see it. A lot of RFD though. Not seeing any notable areas of ZDR decrease or spectrum width increase, so that's good. What if we could see the Terma radar looking at that Tiller and Charlie? No, we cannot. Alright. That's cool. So we got a considerable severe for someone. Don't know where, but we're gonna find out. Could actually be this guy right here. It is. I don't know what this guy's doing. Range folding has to be there to ruin it, so. Definitely looks like an area of rotation. I will say that. NROT is not registering too, which, yeah. That's range folding for you. Well, you can see, I'm assuming this area of rotation is like in this area right here. This is your storm relative velocity. Here's your base velocities. I can't even tell what the heck's going on here. Range folding. Look what you've done. Let's go back to Mississippi. A little bit of area of rotation. Down to 8 severes. So, yep. Alright. Is this still range folding? Are we serious? Come on now. Lock in, twin. Come on, twin. Hello? Thought that was CC. That could actually be hail. That could actually be hail. Your tornado would actually be right here, if I'm not mistaken. Any spectrum width decrease? Can't tell, because obviously, you know, radar wants to be a dummy, so. Okay, velocities. I can't even tell where your area of rotation is going to be. Range folding just messing everything up. But this could actually recycle right here. Drop down a tornado. Right here, actually. So we'll see. So we've had range folding for 1 scan, 2 scan, 3 scan, 4 scan. 4 scans in a row we've had range folding, interfering with our rotation. But it looks like we might have more rotation trying to develop at the end of our hook here too. And watch that. Erskine should be coming in here in about 20 seconds. So we'll see what this shows. Looks like we already got our CC and velocity. So this is getting a little bit closer to our radar, finally. It's about time. Still some rotation. Watching very closely. Mainly just this little area right here. This might be something to watch for down the line. This little storm right here. Yeah, there's your. Finally, we could see it more clearly. Area rotation's gonna be right here, and I don't see anything. Pretty good spectrum with no real decrease with ZDR. So, don't think this is a tornado. When it rolled out though, still a bit ways from the radar. But we're getting closer. We're making progress. We're making decent progress. Let's see if this will be our latest scan here. We'll see. I see. And we've got to wait. I think the reflectivity came in as well as CC. We'll be on velocities to update here in about 6 seconds. My bad, guys. But we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it. Go back to this radar. Good, it's telling Charlie. Yeah, mainly outflow dominant. Let's go back to Mississippi. They've condensed that tornado one anyway. Looks like a new area will be developing. Right here. This exact area right here. And want strengthened. Yeah, most of these storms up here in Arkansas are mostly outflow dominant. Not mean to go 2-panel. Keep doing that by accident. Hmm. Watching this very closely. Writer's gonna update here in a second. Come on, velocities update. A lot broader. Certainly some good news. Let's go back to Mississippi. We'll probably see it live until this goes into Shreveport. Well. Very interesting convergence signature. Very interesting. What's our environment looking like out here in Mississippi? It's the one thing I'm gonna look at down here in Mississippi. Excuse me. Only 50. 0 to 1 kilometer SRH. You do have some 3 Cape surface vortices. I'm gonna actually pull sounding south of that. I don't know. Cell merger probably. Something. Like, that's a very convincing NROT, like, I mean, NROT is painting a good picture here. Like, that convergence signature is actually pretty good. That's a textbook convergence signature. Kind of see what happened. That's very interesting. What happened? I don't know what in the world happened here, but that's very interesting. It's very interesting. We're gonna watch that one very closely. Watch that particular storm very closely. When it roll out a tornado warning if that does continue to strengthen out there in Mississippi. So we're left with 5 severe warnings and 3 of them are considerable and 1 tornado warning. Just for this guy right here. Watching it very closely. Yeah, this storm, and the one in Mississippi I'm watching closely for a tornado threat. The one in Texas is much in a very much more favorable environment than this one right here. I don't even know how this guy's here. Don't even know. I really don't. Like, that had to have been a cell merger or something. With such little SRH out here. Yeah, they might need to issue a tornado warning for this. I mean, obviously it looks a little contaminated, but down here, it looks to be trying to do something. I think the low-level jet here is probably helping. I mean, I got a 700 millibar. What about bulk shear? I mean, bulk shear is not impressive either. Down there. So what could it possibly be? Good moisture, good profile. I don't know what it could be. I mean, even your surface to 3 kilometer SRH is very weak. The only thing I could think of is that you have some 3 cape and some vorticity out here, but even then, that's not even that strong. Maybe it's on a boundary or something. But a convergent signature like that, when, I mean, that's kind of wrapping up a little bit too. Yeah, I mean, what the heck? What are we doing, Mississippi? Come on now. Are we seriously about to see a tornado out here? Are we seriously about to see a tornado? Oh, come on, bro. Yeah, they might need to issue a tornado warning down here in Mississippi. Don't know how that thing's spinning, but it's spinning. I don't think there's a boundary out there. I'm gonna go back to that in a minute, but that's very weird. It's very weird. I must be seeing something, or they must be seeing something I don't, or whatever. I think it's your 700 millibar low-level jet. And a new tornado warning has been issued. So, if you are in Pittsburgh actually, Betty, Gilmer, Pritchett, Union Grove, East Mountain, Glenwood, and Diana, you guys need to go to your safe spot. They extended this tornado warning to your south. This is going to eventually go towards Longview and Kilgore. So, this rotation is still ongoing and still could be capable of producing a tornado. So if you're in that tornado warning, please get to that safe spot. That's the most interior room of your home, and get to the lowest floor of your shelter. At 10:22 p.m. Central Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 6 miles south of Pittsburgh, moving southeast at 35 miles per hour. So new tornado warning for that. They might issue a tornado warning out here in Mississippi. Surprisingly. Like, this thing looks impressive when it comes to a hook. Like, look at that, guys. Look at that. If we had about oh my goodness, Bassfield, bro. This thing has been wrapping up too. I'm gonna actually put it. No. That's insane. They could issue a tornado warning out here in Mississippi. Yeah, tell me this is going to produce in 40 0 to 1 kilometer SRH. I'd laugh. I'd laugh at you. I'd honestly laugh. Definitely some spectrum width. And potentially a ZDR decrease. So, Bassfield. This is headed straight towards you. I actually want to take a look at this. Actually, we're going to go back to that tornado warning in a second. Look at this. Good info notch. I need to probably take a closer look at this. So, Sydney. It's not a good one. And they did. They issued a tornado warning. Would you look at that? Bassfield. You guys are in a tornado warning. 3 tornado warnings in effect right now. I really want to take a cross section on this. But I'm going to go over. Alright. Okay. Bassfield. You guys are now in a tornado warning. This goes for Bassfield and Prentice. You guys are in this new tornado warning. Get to shelter. That's the most interior room of your home or the lowest floor of your building or home. If you're in a mobile home, go to the most sturdy structure possible. So 3 tornado warnings in effect. 1 in Mississippi, 2 in Texas. The one in Texas, one of them is going to expire here in a minute. Actually, 18 minutes. They're probably going to cancel it. So we got 3 tornado warnings in effect. I'm watching that Mississippi one, dude. But that scared me. That CC low-key kind of scared me a bit. That's the rotation's getting a little more concerning. Spectrum width. Okay, we do have a spectrum width ball. ZDR, a little bit of a ZDR decrease. So a tornado is probably dropping. This tornado has been trending a little bit southwest. So could miss Bassfield. Bassfield has some very interesting history when it comes to tornadoes. If you take a look at NROT, see your rotation is right there. If you take it off radar for a second, it's mainly over trees. Maybe say a few homes. So if this thing drops, it's gonna be over trees mostly. I'm just surprised this is trying to produce in this kind of environment. I'm literally surprised that this is trying to produce in this crash environment. I don't know what it is, but I must be seeing something. But we're gonna get a scan here. This is a 5-minute old scan. Hopefully this scan right here, we can get a pretty clean scan. See what's going on in this storm. Still waiting for another scan here. Very established supercell with a good hail core. Up to almost 50,000 feet here. I'd say almost 50,000 feet. So scan's coming in right now. Hopefully. Come on, bro. Update, please. This one storm. Really. Let's go back to Texas real quickly while we wait on that scan there in Mississippi. We got more considerable severe thunderstorm warnings than normal severe warnings. By the way, this rotation has weakened quite substantially. Still wouldn't rule out a tornado, but if you guys still in that tornado warning, please stay in your safe spot. If you're in Gilmer, Betty, Pritchett, Glenwood, East Mountain, Union Grove, and Diana. Still a storm that could certainly be capable of producing a tornado. Alright, let's go back down to Mississippi. Scan's coming in right now. And rotation isn't weakened or strengthened, but the rotation, it appears to be right over just mainly trees. Mainly trees at the moment. It's going to approach a few homes out here. Hopefully it's not going to hit these homes if it's on the ground. But it's going to just updated, I think, again. All of our severe warnings are considerable, by the way. So now your tornado is over here. It's mainly hitting trees, hopefully. If it's on the ground, though. It's not a guaranteed, but certainly could be on the ground here. Approaching Bassfield. Bassfield, if you're in this tornado warning, stay in your safe spot. Prentice, you guys are still in that tornado warning, but depending on which side of Prentice you're on, if you're on the south side, I'd still stay in that safe spot. But, chat, hold on, guys. Our chat, we are back. Sorry about that, but we're back. Alright, let's see. Still some rotation. Could recycle though. This thing, by the way, it's up to 50,000 feet. The one in western Mississippi is at 41,000. But this one right here most definitely is the one that's capable of producing a tornado as it heads towards Bassfield. Directly headed for Bassfield. Thankfully it's not on the ground, so that's good. Let's go back to Texas. We have still 3 severe warnings in effect. Or 3 tornado warnings in effect, excuse me. This thing could be recycling again. The rotation icon says it's trying again. Let's go back to Mississippi. Storm looks pretty impressive. I haven't seen something like this in Mississippi in quite a long time. Quite a long time, actually. Go back to chat here, see what's going on. Let's go back. But gonna get a new radar scan hopefully right now. Yep. And rotation has weakened. However, it could be recycling. Could recycle. It's got a much more clearer inflow notch here. If I take a look at the storm as a whole, there's your inflow notch right there. All that inflow. That's your inflow right there. Trying to see where I could spot. There's your wall cloud right there. That, my friends, is your wall cloud. I think that might be your wall cloud right there. That might be your wall cloud. Let me get a better view of this. Hopefully I can't. But yeah, right there, I think, is your wall cloud. There's your inflow right there. Going into the storm, you got that RFD wrapping around. And that where is you get your tornado. Grab a whole scan of this. Don't know what that is, but whatever. definitely weakened. However, it's going to recycle. It looks to be recycling. And yeah. It's going to recycle. I'm going to say that loud and proud. It's going to recycle. This one back here, I don't know what it's going to do. Let's go back to Texas. We're back down to 2 tornado warnings. One in Mississippi and one in Texas. So, let's see, chat. Still a surge of wind. This is getting closer and closer to Shreveport. Here's your outflow boundary. So any storms north of this outflow boundary have a nearly zero tornado risk. Nearly. But we got some storms forming out ahead of it out here in Arkansas near El Dorado. Go back to Mississippi. Some rotations near and on Bassfield. Definitely a very well pronounced supercell. Tower ramp to 50,000 plus feet here. But still some rotation. I'm actually going to look at that from the New Orleans radar. Haven't actually taken a look at that. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We use the Jackson radar. That one might be a little closer. Actually, I don't know what radar is closer. It's probably gonna be the Jackson radar, if I had to take a guess. New radar scan came in and don't know. I'm just gonna watch it here. Go back to Shreveport. This rotation has weakened a bit, which that's good. Let's go to Mississippi. I mean, still showing some rotation. Had a very brief shot produce a tornado. It still can, it's just in the process of recycling. So we're going to get a new radar scan here in a second. That might be your new scan. Your reflectivity has updated. Awaiting on velocities. That's your new scan. Definitely another hook redeveloping. It appears. We will see though. But chat, as I think on my we'll see. I might end when these tornado warnings expire. This one has 28 more minutes left. I don't know if I might stay for that long. We'll see. But once again, we might stay for the 00Z GFS. Actually, I'll take a look at that. Speaking of that, take a look at the NAM too. NAM has probably came in a long time ago. Yeah, 00Z came in like long time ago. Jeez, bro. My goodness. That right there is one heck of a one heck of a threat. We might wake up to a day 3 moderate. Literally, discrete supercells. Discrete. We're talking discrete. Discrete as can be. Yeah, I think we might see a day 3 moderate. This is still looking like an insane environment. If we pull a sounding here, somewhere, anywhere, I'm gonna pull one there, and I'm gonna pull one there in Southwest Missouri, south of St. Louis. I'm gonna pull one in Illinois too, because why not? You know, they both might be contaminated. Oh hey, look at that PDS Tor. So this one I think is in Southwest Missouri. A lot of Cape, a lot of SRH. Your LCLs and LOCs are a little bit displaced, but a little bit of a capping inversion, but we're still gonna have storms there anyways. Look at that Hoda, looking pretty good there. Storm Slicky looking pretty good too as well. Got a few analogs. Third Cape could do better, but I think this model is underperforming the 3 Cape values. I don't know. I think I pulled a horrible sounding with this one here. I'm gonna pull him down in Oklahoma. Probably capping could probably prevent that. I'm gonna guess a weak Tor or Tor. Oh wow, PDS Tor already. Jeez. Yeah, y'all, oh my gosh. Monday's looking quite insane. I'm gonna pull one on 21Z in Central Missouri. Cause this is moderate. This is looking moderate. Moderate risk. And I don't know how this is not even PDS Tor sounding, but whatever. A lot of veering in the low levels. Big time capping there. I'm gonna guess Tor sounding for the hazard type. None? Oh, curious. Yeah, capping. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that inversion. Big time inversion. That's gonna prevent any storms from forming. We might see some convective initiation, but they're gonna get choked off because of this capping. Most definitely gonna get choked off here. You might see a little bit. Yeah. Let's look at the GFS. We're barely getting in the range here. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That, my friends, yeah. This is looking like a day 3 moderate, y'all. This environment right here is very conducive for intense tornadoes, and we're seeing literal discrete convection. Mind you, our forcing is there. And we'll just see. I'm gonna pull it on the GFS. How much y'all want to bet I'll get a PDS Tor right off the bat? How much y'all want to bet? I'm gonna zoom in here. Oh wow. Oops. It's actually Tor. Look at that Hodo. My gosh. Perfect spread, perfect shear, perfect cape. Pulling in Missouri too while I'm at it. Oh. Dang. Yeah. Yeah, these storms are gonna... A lot of cape, a lot of shear, good laps. A lot of veering and low levels. Got almost southeasterlies to due southerlies in the 850. They're going southwesterlies in the 700 and go westerlies all the way up. Up in height. No inversion, no capping, no issue, no problem. Dew points, dude, are just in the low 70s. There's some vorticity out here too. Let's actually go back to radar because we've been kind of sidetracked. They allowed that tornado warning to be expired, or they actually canceled it. So we're now down to 1, and that's gonna expire here in 6 minutes. And I'm assuming they're gonna let that one go too. So yeah, Monday is looking very very concerning, to say the least. So much so, I think a day 3 moderate may be issued. In my personal opinion. That's what I think, though. 00Z model guidance supports that, so we'll just see what happens. We're down to 1 tornado warning, 4 severes. One of them is considerable, and I'm assuming... Oh my gosh, is this really trying to recycle? Are we serious? It's trying to recycle, bro. Are we serious? Let me go to New Orleans radar. Look at this a little bit further away. I'm just gonna go towards Hattiesburg. Or Hattiesburg. Down the line, this is going to go towards Hattiesburg. But this is trying to recycle here a little bit. That latest scan kind of shows a little bit more rotation trying to develop there in that hook echo. Well, what's this product? I don't know what that product is. Never used it. Still new to this, by the way. I'm going to be here as long as I can. We'll probably be here for a little bit longer, actually. So I'm going to watch this storm. I think this storm's going to try again here. I think it will try again. trying to regain that inflow again. It's got a very good outbound, inbound winds, creating that rotation. If you look here, Inrot, I mean, it hasn't really gotten too much stronger, but I'm still going to watch it for a tornado threat. And this is going to go toward Hadesburg. Hattiesburg, whatever you want to call it. Pretty populated, I must say. Pretty populated. So we're going to watch this storm as it gets closer and closer to the city. And yeah. Is that the new scan? Yep, it is. We're still going to watch it though, nonetheless. Because it's approaching population. So now, Longview, Lakeport, Easton, Darko, Hallsville, Spring Hill, White Oak, Union Grove, East Mountain, Glenwood, Diana, you guys are all in this new severe warning. This is going to be for 70 mile per hour winds. Wait. It's going to be golf ball size hail and 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Is it torque possible? I can bet you it is. Yep, torque possible. Even though I think it's behind the boundary now. Yeah, look at that. It's behind the boundary. If it's going to produce a tornado, it's gonna have to reach back onto that boundary. It is now behind the like nearly all of these storms are behind the boundary now. The only storms that are out in front of it are the ones that are forming on the boundary. And this one right here, yeah, that one's on it. But I think the storm right here is probably the more concerning, even though it's not really a concerning storm. But I'm watching this one. It's got that look. It's got the supercellular look. It's got rotation. I'm gonna watch it, just in case, because it tried to attempt earlier at 40 SRH, and I can imagine what it's trying to do now in producing a tornado in 100 SRH. So, still got the supercellular look. Still got that hail core. If we look at ZDR. Got that little bit of an arcing, there. A little bit of an arcing there. I could kind of see a little bit, yeah, the arcing has kind of returned. So, you can kind of see that. So, still watching this storm very closely as it moves off to the east-southeast towards Hattiesburg. Is this torque possible? Yep. Torn possible. Yeah, they're going to drop that tornado warning there. It's got about 30 minutes left on it. 1 minute, actually. It's going to dissipate here in about 43 seconds. So, we're going to be left with 0 tornado warnings unless if they randomly issue a tornado warning for this again, which they probably will in the future if it strengthens. But it's impressing me a little bit again. It's got that look to it. Kind of impressing me a little bit. It's got that hail core. How many DBZ are we looking at? We're looking at almost 70 DBZ here with this hail core. And this is probably the most intense the hail core has been with this storm. So it's trying, man. The fact, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we will see. And the tornado warning is gone. So now we are left with 0 tornado warnings. And we're left with 5 severes, I think. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Just want to make sure. I'm still going to watch this storm very closely. It's got good inflow. I mean, if we take a 3D scan look at this again, inflow notch still there a little bit. Still there. You can kind of see it. That wall cloud though. That wall cloud would be right here in this area if it were trying to produce again. And I think it is. Hold on. Let me try to pull this right there. Look how high this storm is. Look at the echo tops. Still can't see a well-defined wall cloud on this thing. Wall cloud probably potentially trying to form there too. Is that anticyclonic rotation? Low-key could have been anticyclonic, but y'all ain't ready for that combo. Yeah, there's your info notch. Kind of getting obscured a little bit. Let me just take a big ol' can't even get a good screenshot. Perfect. So here's your storm. Wall cloud somewhere down in here. That low-key could be your wall cloud right there. This area right here, if I can. Draw. Don't think I can, but. That right there, guys. Right there. That might be your wall cloud right there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but. Right there. That is your wall cloud. Kind of see it right there. Do cross section with this. So here's your hook. I don't know, man. This thing might be trying to get in. Oh my goodness. 2.3 inch, 2.37. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm gonna take a little 30 again. Yeah, you could still see your wall cloud right there. Tall storm. With that updraft. A very good updraft. Yeah, your wall cloud's right there. So this has a decent wall cloud on it, it appears. Looks we try and get again. I wonder if I can actually. Oh yeah. You can see your your inflow notch in there too. That is your wall cloud right there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but that is your wall cloud right there. You can see how it's tilted a little bit. I don't know how organized it is, but it looks pretty good to me. So it's probably rapidly organizing again, which that would be bad because it's headed for Hattiesburg. But hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it just stays like what it is now and doesn't produce tornado, because that would be not good. Don't know what this is doing down here. Flash flood warning up here in Texas, where a lot of trending storms for Emory Flats, East Tonawanda, and Point. Yeah, all these storms are like nearly outflow dominant now. They're all behind the boundary. I'm going to use the New Orleans radar. Man, looking at it from New Orleans radar. Looks pretty good to me. I'm a little kind of weak in there. Kind of weakened. Just a bit. Still an impressive supercell. Alright, let's look at this again. Doesn't look nearly as impressive. So, what I might do here, we'll just, watch it. It's an impressive supercell. Hail is quite impressive too. But, chat, I think this is where we end off on stream. Honestly. We've been live for nearly 3 hours. We've been nearly live for 3 hours. Tracking these storms. We've been tracking these storms ever since these were in Oklahoma. Like, out here. And then moving nearly, we nearly tracked the whole entire enhanced risk. We went live around 8:39. We tracked the radar hole of death, which is kind of insane to me, how I went live and just looked at radar a lot of that time. And then as we get closer, we started to get some views of these storms. But these storms are behind the outflow boundary, which very, very low tornado threat. Like I said, if any storm can attach itself back onto the boundary, a tornado threat could develop, but that's on the lower side of things. And this storm in Mississippi, very low chance of it producing a tornado. It's been trying to the past hour. It looks like it's also behind the boundary too, so a lot of these storms are just mainly damaging winds and large hail. But I wouldn't rule out a brief tornado anywhere in this area. We will be live tomorrow too, so make sure you stay tuned for that for more severe weather coverage. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. Like I said, I'll be live tomorrow for more severe weather coverage, but I gotta get some sleep. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see y'all in the next piece of content put out there. Peace.